Beginning to enter his territory here. He's a renowned finisher over the last 3 or 4 miles. And I wonder whether Khalid will want to start closing this gap now, getting ready for that, mentally perhaps getting ready for that physical surge.
I agree with you, Tim. I think that's probably what he's doing now. We're going into a little bit of a headwind now. We're about to make a right, and I'll try to get a time on these guys, but Khannouchi's definitely in second. There's a car in my way right now, but Khannouchi's in second and Paul's behind him, and I'm going to guess they're still about 15 to 18 seconds behind.
Well, we've got Khannouchi in shot now, and he's looking very, very strong indeed, actually. There's just that little bounce to his stride again, isn't there, Tony?
Well, you have to know that of all these people, well, the two men on screen, Khannouchi and El Mouaziz, both Moroccan birth, are just the most, you know, experienced of this whole crowd. And Khannouchi certainly feels like Chicago is his second hometown. 3 times the winner, once the third-place finisher. This is where his career really began as a world-class distance runner, and he has very special feelings about this race. El Mouaziz is a great middle stages runner, and Tergat has got questions about his final closing ability. So of the people who are in this race, Takaoka is a 2:09.41 man coming into this race. He's running 3 or 4 minutes faster than he's ever run before.
What's interesting is that Takaoka, whether or not he dies and gets caught now, he is forcing the other guys to start racing from here, 4 miles out. In London, and the world record race back in April, it was exactly at this stage that the big names started watching each other and the pace slowed and it became tactical, and that they got the world record by the skin of their teeth.
In many ways, Takaoka could be playing the role of a late race pace setter for these guys, forcing them.
Okay.
The record will come from him because of the kind of work he's done over the last 4 or 5 miles.
Now, it bears mention that where he is right now is 31st Street heading east. Tammy Souza, who's been doing a great job of keeping us updated on the wind conditions. Our latest report from her is that the winds have switched a little bit. They're out of the northeast now, but they're holding steady at about 17 miles an hour. And as he makes this left turn, he's getting close to doing that right now. They're going to be going right that direction.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but Takaoka is grimacing a little bit now and put his head down going over this little rise. It's not even that much of a hill. He's looking to the left towards the city, and he's definitely hurting now. In the last 2 minutes, he started to hurt a lot more.
Well, he starts looking... Go ahead, Mark. I was just saying he looked like he's looking back over his shoulder. He's starting to look like there were the twins from Japan, the So brothers, who ran very strangely. It just looks like he's starting to fall apart just a little bit.
I agree with you, Tony. He's definitely falling apart, and they're about 14, 15 seconds back. Look at Khannouchi go. Khannouchi's making a move now, running down that hill. I don't know if you can see him. He just started to pick it up a little bit. We're about to come up to 24 miles.
Nobody knows this final stretch better than Khannouchi does, do they?
No, they don't. And that was 9:51 for the last 2 miles, and they're definitely catching up. So I think his time in front here is probably limited, I think.
Well, how about El Mouaziz?
I think they're going to catch him pretty soon.
How about El Mouaziz? How about Tergat? What's the look that you can discern?
You know, I can't see their faces at all, but Tergat's, you know, 5 meters, 10 meters behind Khannouchi right now, and El Mouaziz is sitting on Tergat. But Khalid is definitely running, and Khalid is running hard now. I can see his arms carriage is different, his whole turnover, everything's different. He's shifted into a different gear right now, guys, and he's catching up quickly. Well, he's going to catch him in the next half mile.
You know, this is his trademark, of course. He spent 6 weeks training at Albuquerque in New Mexico at very, very high altitude, has Khannouchi, and he's just looking so strong here. And the others knew this was coming, Tony. Mark, it's not a big surprise. Tergat, El Mouaziz both know he was going to do this, and the fact they're not responding is maybe a clear indication that he's the strongest now.
That's certainly, Mark, you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Tim, I think you hit the nail right on the head right there. And Khannouchi's getting closer and closer each step. And looks like this might be Khannouchi's race once again.
Well, he is just he is just the marathoner consummate. He knows exactly how to do it, when to do it. And there's a timing even in London. It's not necessarily what you do, it's when you do it. And exactly. He has a sense of the weakness in his competitors, not only the guys he's running with, El Mouaziz and Tergat, but also when to go and sense the striking time with Takaoka, the leader, as well. I mean, he's just a magnificent tactician, not only just a great runner.
Well, you know, I mean, Khannouchi has injected so many little aspects to his life just to try and improve things recently. After the London Marathon in April, he got one room in his apartment in Ossining in New York. turned into an altitude chamber. He actually spent something like $16,000 to get this room turned into an altitude chamber. So you have a machine in the room where you can turn it up to 2,000 meters, 3,000 meters, however many thousand feet you want. And he spends 10 hours a day in that room. And that may have made the difference. You know, he's going to run, hopefully here, a world record by a few seconds. And it's those little adjustments which make the improvements.
Yeah, Mark, you're seeing Khannouchi continue.
Yeah, Khannouchi's only 6 seconds behind him right now, and he's going to catch him any second now. It's just amazing to watch. Look at the arm carriage on Khalid. His arms are moving. It looks like he's running a 5K and not a marathon now. It's unbelievable how Khannouchi runs the last 5K. He's going to run a 14-minute last 5K again, and it's going to make mincemeat out of this field, I think.
And if you're Takaoka right now, I mean, what could possibly be going through your mind other than the fact that your time at the lead of this thing is about, what, about a minute or so from being over, Mark?
You know, he's just talking. He's very, I think he's still excited because he knows he's going to get a Japanese national record. He's leading probably the most prestigious marathon in the world, and he's going to, you know, he's going to run 2:06 or so. I'm not sure exactly what the projected time is anymore, but he might run under the old world best, so he's going to be happy even if he comes in second because he's doing a heck of a job.
Now we just saw Khannouchi take a look behind him to see where everybody else is. So with the gap Khannouchi's making on Takaoka, what about the gap behind Khannouchi? Is that closing at all, or is Khannouchi just blowing it up?
Khannouchi's blowing it up. The gap's growing with each step. Khannouchi's only 2 steps behind Takaoka right now, and the other guys I'm going to say are 12 to 15 seconds behind Khalid.
Well, this is like just right out of his playbook.
Here it comes. He's going to pass him under the tunnel again. This is where he likes to take the lead. We're coming into the tunnel, and here goes Khannouchi to the lead. Right now, he's taking the lead. Khalid didn't even look over at him. He's just going by him. He's 1 step up now, a couple of steps ahead, and there's no response from Takaoka at all.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting.
Khalid's blown away. He's got about 5 or 6 steps on him. Every step he's getting a little bit more in the lead here, and Khalid just looks strong. It's Khalid's race now. It's Khalid Khannouchi's race, and the great